Dick Blige.
Perry.
January 26, 1986, the Chicago Bears had just won Super Bowl 20 against the New England Patriots with a massive blowout of 46-10. But their celebration was suddenly cut short when the Challenger exploded 2 days later.
That one registered 3.8.
1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
January 28, 1986, the ascent of the Challenger was put to a halt after only 73 seconds, carrying 7 astronauts who, to the people from their hometown, were just ordinary people. With the freezing temperatures and the incapability of the rubber O-rings that sustained the rocket boosters, the Challenger exploded, leaving a Y-line streaming from the external tank, abruptly ending the start of its 10th mission.
January 28, 1986, became one of those days that no matter how long you live, you'll remember where you were and what you were doing when you heard the news.
Now let's take a step back and talk about the mechanics of the Challenger and how it was destined for failure. Initially, NASA awarded the creation of the Challenger to Rockwell International, now called the Boeing Company, in order to not only inspire teachers and students who are actively part of high-tech careers, but to also launch the second tracking and data relay satellite, known as TDRS-D. Only 7 astronauts rode on board the Challenger, most notably Christina McAuliffe, a teacher who was destined to make history as the first civilian to fly in space.
The science, technology, and engineering contributed into the development of the Challenger includes having solid rocket boosters, which were enhanced by an internal metal latch and third rubber O-ring to prevent escape of combustive exhaust gases.
The Challenger was also the first orbiter to have fewer tiles on its thermal protection system and to have a military heads-up display system, allowing the pilot to see important data of re-entry. Lastly, the Challenger was built using a recycled body frame that was originally designed for a test article.
Although the Challenger ended in disaster, it further altered how aerospace engineering is perceived. It formed a newfound awareness of spaceflight safety and also shelved civilians to fly in space for the next 22 years.
The Challenger altered how satellites were launched by transferring them from shuttle to reusable rockets. With these advancements, the Challenger Center for Space Science Education program was created in order to preserve man's well-being and to bring students on simulated space missions. No doubt, the Challenger was a great tragedy. We remain to keep our spirits high about what the space program has in store. As President Ronald Reagan said during his 1986 Challenger address to the nation,
"The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. The Challenger crew was pulling us into the future, and we'll continue to follow them."